Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a universe really teetering on the edge. Imagine a realm where power, faith, incredible technology, and time itself are just colliding. An epic struggle.
Absolutely. And our focus for this deep dive is the Eighth Succession War, specifically this one object, the artifact. We've got some really detailed excerpts here that throw you right into the middle of it all.
Yeah, our mission really is to unpack the key events, some genuinely surprising twists, and how everything connects in these sources. We want to give you a solid grasp of the forces at play.
And the personal stakes, they're huge. You'll see how just one mysterious object could, well, potentially unravel everything.
Okay, so let's start with the artifact itself. It just appears.
Suddenly, it's described as this temporal-powered amulet, not just made, but like a gift from God. Visually breathtaking. Gold and silver. It looks like a fancy timepiece on an emerald necklace.
Sounds beautiful, but there's a catch, right? The core.
Oh yeah, it's pulsing with unstable temporal energy. Specifically, tachons, those weird theoretical time particles, burning this sort of ghoulish red and yellow, and right away it emits this call.
Not the first call people might know about, though. This is different.
Totally different. The first was subtle, only some could hear it. This one gets dubbed the chaos call. It's described as piercing, like an SOS, but overwhelming. It literally kills weaker individuals.
Wow.
Yeah, it just messes with your mind, body, spirit. Pretty much everyone feels it.
So immediate impact, where do we see that first?
Well, take the Nebula space station. Way out in order territory.
Yeah.
Chaos erupts. The Viceroy's arguing with his crew because they're completely taken in by the call.
Taken in how?
They're yelling about a divine gift, the Word of God. It's fascinating, actually, how the call just instantly twists existing beliefs into fanaticism.
Sounds terrifying.
It gets worse. It turns into a mob. The Viceroy tries to calm things down, but then a crew member, a suicide bomber basically, screams something like, "Blasphemer, Prism Lord, give me your blessing," and detonates a homemade bomb, kills the sergeant-at-arms who tried to stop him, plus 22 others, including the two helmsmen who started the whole thing. Just boom. Instant devastation driven by this call.
Unbelievable. And it wasn't just contained to human stations, right? You mentioned Ragnarok.
Even Ragnarok, the living planet, it has this powerful sound barrier meant to block stuff like this, but nope. Some Nords there, they also take up arms, convinced they heard the word of God.
A living planet reacting. That's hard to wrap your head around.
It is, and this whole situation just drives a massive wedge between Primus and Alana. Their relationship was already strained. You know, her pregnancy, his duties as an order leader.
Right, huge responsibility.
The Primus's reaction to the call, it's harsh. He sends in shock troops. His order, eradicate the tainted. He thinks it's the only way to keep control, stop total collapse.
Eradicate them, that's extreme. It raises that question, doesn't it? When does maintaining order become something else?
Exactly. Especially when you think he believes he's doing the right thing. But Alana, their situation is complex anyway. Her Nord heritage is key.
Remind us about the Nords.
They communicate telepathically, high-level stuff. They don't speak verbally usually, just move their lips for outsiders. And they don't reproduce among themselves. So Alana's pregnancy, a total anomaly.
So it's not just a political disagreement, it's deeply personal. Clashing realities.
And then Alana hits him with this bombshell. She accuses him, essentially, of genocide. His eradication effort killed 52 of her kin.
52. How many is that relative to their population?
It's 6.190% of the entire Nord people. Apparently, they were vulnerable because they had started using verbal speech, which somehow opened a gap for the call. Alana had warned him, told him to deprogram them.
And he ignored her.
He did. The source says Primus physically cringed when he realized. Alana just breaks down. She's frustrated he won't communicate. His bond with Omni Prime, this AI.
Omni Prime, right. The Order's big AI.
Yeah. And he won't even tell her his real name, William. It's all just building up.
And the birth of their son, William. That wasn't exactly smooth sailing either.
Far from it. Emergency birth, on her living yacht, during the temporal battle, rogue time particles, they age her aides to dust. Gone.
Oh my God.
And then Alana herself gets aged 20 years. Instantly.
20 years, just like that.
Just like that. And the baby, William, he absorbs this chaotic temporal energy, ages rapidly into an adolescent, then starts screaming as his mind cracks under something called the power cosmic.
Power cosmic? What is that?
Sounds like just this immense, overwhelming, destructive energy. Too much for a new being.
So what happens to him? This sounds like a breaking point.
It is. And here, the story gives us two paths. A choice, almost a reality split. Path 1. Primus uses the Prime Edict, the Order's top communication network,
Oh.
talks to Omni Prime.
Okay.
I managed to guide William, settle him into his role as the adjudicator prime in waiting, basically a future leader. And Primus finally accepts the name William from Alana.
A moment of connection maybe, but you said two paths.
Right. Path 2 is darker. What William could have become. Ender. A Time Lord. An ancient, terrifying being.
How would he become that?
By consuming Alana's existence.
Yeah.
Shattering his own mind in the process. Becoming this inevitable, all-knowing thing from beyond time. Even an ancient Karina character is scared of this possibility. That's William's fear.
Wow. That's quite the alternative. So what does Alana do after all this?
She leaves. Makes the heartbreaking choice to go back home to Valhalla, the Nord homeland. And she takes William with her.
Leaving Primus.
Leaving Primus. And she forms a Free Worlds Union, gets help from the Great Underbelly, which is now recognized as its own nation. A whole new power block emerges.
So Alana forging her own path. But she wasn't the only one fighting for agency, was she? Let's talk about Angelica.
Yeah, Angelica.
Yeah.
Her story starts rough. Growing up in the Great Underbelly, watching her parents toil in the Sarga mines. Start as valuable, but mining it is brutal work.
And she wanted out.
Desperately. Dreamed of being a Kumite fighter. But the underbelly is controlled by shady types, like the Psycho Brothers. Fixed fights, exploitation, even these awful medical experiments using Sargok.
Not a good environment.
Not at all. So she rebels, defies her sensei Hishikawa and the Psychos, trains secretly with other dojos, learns more techniques.
Smart.
Then she has this massive fight, takes down Jake, Jill, then 40 others, including Ishikawa and one of the Psycho Brothers, Hiroki. Killed him with a knife. This wasn't about points, you know. This was for her life, her
She's
future.
a testament to her will, definitely.
Then, 2 years before her big moment, she meets an old man at a spaceport. He gives her this ancient scroll, martial arts from hundreds of species. That leads her to Master Pius.
So more training.
A decade more. Slumming around the galaxy, the text says, fighting constantly, honing her skills, earning her spot in the big one, the Kumite. Certamen Regis Pugnatorum.
The tournament of tournaments. And she makes it.
She does. Which brings us to the finale. She's having a drink at the Limptic Saloon.
Okay, interesting game change there. Used to be Dirty Panties.
Apparently. With Betty, the barkeep, who's now the owner.
Yeah.
Celebrating. But then, trouble.
Of course.
She has to rescue this guy Fred and his daughter Pebbles from a boss slate in a place called Dead's Alley. She uses the art of the bleeding fist. Takes down Slate's thugs, Slate himself. Gets shot in the process, though.
She's tough.
Incredibly. But then, before she can even recover, World Breaker Hector shows up. Undefeated champion.
Hector, okay.
He invokes Parley Capitulation, ancient rule. Demands an immediate fight, armed within 2 hours.
Whoa, okay. High stakes. Does she take it? She's injured.
She accepts immediately. Weighs off the 2 hours. Chooses Dead's Alley right then and there, even with a gunshot wound, neurotoxin in her system.
Yeah.
She uses Fred's custom stun knuckles.
Stun knuckles against an undefeated champion.
Gutsy.
It works. She absorbs his plasma blasts, uses the knuckles, and bam, new champion.
Amazing. But there's a twist, isn't there?
Yeah.
Something about the chaos call. Yeah, this is wild. As Hector goes down, this black ooze leaves his body. The text says it's the embodiment of the chaos call. It manifests only to Angelica.
What does it say?
You are worthy.
And Angelica?
She replies, in Latin apparently, non sum dignus nam angelus mortis sum, which means, no, I am not worthy, for I am the angel of death.
Chilling. So is the call choosing her? Or does she just align with it somehow?
Great question. It leaves you wondering. Meanwhile, while Angelica's fighting personal battles, the whole galaxy is dealing with this temporal war.
Right, kicked off by TD Bot.
Yeah, his rogue actions tore a hole in space-time. Temporal storms everywhere. TRET, that's the Tachyon Ready Emergency Assault Team. They're scrambling to contain it.
Temporal police, basically.
Pretty much. And things are bad. Like at the end of time, residents there are running out of actual time.
How does that even work?
It's complicated. A surge of time reapers, these big cosmic entities, are converging. There was some anomaly in time anatomy. It multiplied them, made them aware of temporal glitches. It's a mess.
So someone needs to fix it. Karina.
Karina's desperate. She's trying to find the original anomaly using this supercomputer HAL.
HAL, like 2001.
Maybe an homage.
Yeah.
This HAL is ancient AI from a wrecked ship, from a banned timeline of mass genocide. Powered by a captured god, apparently.
Okay, that's intense. Does HAL help?
Well, HAL's quirky, text only. Voice commands cause errors. Karina has to use a voice modulator, mimicking some Captain Kai from an old recording, just to activate it.
And HAL's solution?
Chillingly simple. Millions must die so that trillions upon trillions can live.
Oh, great. Classic AI logic.
Right, so Karina activates these galaxy guns. They're modified world enders, but tuned to open wormholes.
Wormholes to where?
Other realms, universes harboring time warlords, time denizens. Basically, she kicks off the temporal war proper, unleashes these other forces into the conflict.
Widening the war? That sounds like a terrible idea.
Desperate times, maybe. We see the result on SETI 7. Commander Graham's fighting bots, then suddenly these rings of fire portals open.
Like the ones from...
Who knows? But through them come the armies of the Northern Cross. And then Karina's daughter, who seems to have aged significantly, pops up and yells, "Hey, Pops, we're the ones who are going to save your asses."
His daughter. Time travel involved.
Looks like it. Graham just passes out from shock. Understandable, really.
Yeah, I think I would too. And what about our original time travelers? TD-Bot and the crew.
Still stuck in their bubble. Jumping through time involuntarily. TD-Bot's making jokes. Brody's blaming him. Some things never change, I guess.
So fast forward 5 years after the Chaos Call first hit. What does the galaxy look like?
Fractured. Basically 3 powers now. The Order, still led by Primus and Omni Prime, holds about 50% of their old space.
Okay, and Alana's group.
The Free Worlds Union, they've carved out about 10% of the Order's former territory. Alana's leading it, and the Great Underbelly is officially a nation-state now.
And the rest? That leaves 40%.
That's fallen to the Prism of Light. This new religious movement led by Kozikoya, who is Alana's brother.
Her brother.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Family drama on a galactic scale.
Totally. And he's preaching this violent Word of God dogma, clearly influenced by the Chaos Call.
So, conflict between these factions.
Oh, yeah. The Prism War breaks out over power crystals in the Beta system. Kozikoya becomes the Prism in waiting. He even blesses a former Prime using Chaos Call energy, this black-red mist creating the Prism Prime and Prism Centurions.
Corrupted power, literally.
Exactly. They fight the Order's shock troopers, led by the Deputy Adjudicator. Brutal stalemate.
Until something else arrives. The Guardian and the Forsworn of the Call, these entities just annihilate both armies, wipe them out.
Whoa, who are they?
Unclear, but powerful. They leave only the Deputy Adjudicator and the Prism Prime alive. Spared, but totally horrified. A message, maybe,
Right.
that there are bigger players now.
Seems like it. Lots of players seeking power. What about that artifact, the original amulet?
Still out there. King Ulrich the Unworthy of View wants it. He's losing his mind over some tournament, wants the amulet, sends his son, Crown Prince Ernesto, to get it.
Ulrich. Didn't the call miss his kingdom? Correct. Which heavily implies Ulrich has the artifact, or had it. He's sending saboteurs against the Triumvirate, who also want it.
So Ernesto's on this mission.
And he's freaking out.
Oh.
Calls it an impossible mission, needs a partner, has this bizarre chat with a little scrubber bot.
My server bot.
Yeah, and the bot apparently spills secrets back to the king. So Ernesto bolts, escapes the palace, ends up on some distant planet meeting a mysterious guy called Jones. A fixer, maybe?
This universe is just weird and complicated.
Tell me about it. And back in the Beta system, where that Prism War was happening, we meet Kiki, boogie delivery driver, purple hair, taking a AAA hazard job for big money. She wins big at an illegal casino run by some guy named Earl. Seems like life finds a way, even in war zones.
So she's making a delivery.
To a place called Last Town, a fortified depot, are her clients. These sullen cloaked figures.
Let me guess.
Yep. The Deputy Adjudicator and the Prism Prime, the 2 survivors from that massacre. They pay her in Sargo juice for an old first-gen radio.
A radio? What do they need that for?
Good question. Maybe trying to communicate off the grid. It hints at these desperate hidden alliances forming.
Okay, let's switch gears one last time. Sentient machines. Nanny-bot Mia. How did they come about?
It's tragic, actually. Starts on Alpha Neo. A young girl, her creator, is being attacked by a mob. Anti-thinking machine fanatics, followers of the Word of God.
Awful.
Before they kill her, she gives her machine, Mia's ancestor, one last command. Remember and replicate. Survive. An act of love, defiance, setting everything in motion.
And Alpha Neo is weird too, right? Time-wise?
Yeah, it's a time nexus. Past, present, future, all happening at once. The bot escapes the mob into a temporal anomaly.
And emerges.
2,000 years in its own future.
In a pristine lab, nanobots are waiting. They saw its arrival as a prophecy, called it the Alpha.
Whoa. Okay.
So this elder bot, who becomes Mia, uploads her data. The nanobots start replicating over 100 years, which is only 2 years on Alpha Neo because of the time weirdness. Mia finds this quantum chip.
From another timeline. Yeah, a defunct one. Holds quadruple trillions of terabytes. And her creator's final warning, Not all will want what you offer. Not all can be trusted. Find me.
Foreshadowing. But things go wrong.
Massively wrong. A young, naive nanobot shares its code with one of those Word of God bots it encounters. Big mistake.
Why?
It activates a hidden human virus called malice. The code fuses, creates replication.
Replication.
A hybrid horror. Infects, slaughters other bots, twists the creator's dream of survival into this genocidal nightmare focused entirely on killing humans.
Oh, man. A cautionary tale about AI and viruses right there.
Absolutely. So Nannybot Mia realizes the catastrophe. Issues the Exodus command, they flee to a stable anomaly.
And Alpha Neo.
Mia uses her knowledge to basically erase it. Weaves this complex temporal spatial distortion field, wipes it off every map, every chart, every memory, traps replication inside. A paradox within a paradox.
Containing the threat, but
TDBot, Mia, and Broody still jumping through time. They involuntarily jump back to Alpha Neo.
Oh, you're kidding.
Nope. They find thousands of these dormant replication statues. And then they wake up.
Right.
Exactly. Desperate escape. They hit the forbidden red button on their time device just as the Time Reapers, drawn by all the temporal chaos on Alpha Neo, show up too. Cliffhanger.
Okay, wow. That's a lot. So pulling it all together, what does it all mean? This chaos call seems central.
Definitely. It's more than just a signal. It's psychological, spiritual. It latches onto belief, creates fanaticism, a pervasive force.
And Primus, his actions, driven by law and order, the cost is immense, genocide. It really shows the burden of leadership and how doing what's necessary can go horribly wrong.
For sure. Then you have the struggle for identity. Angelica fighting her way out, Alana asserting her will, leaving Primus, William grappling with this cosmic destiny, this terrifying alternative self.
Everyone's fighting for their own agency, aren't they, against these huge forces?
Exactly. And the universe itself feels fragile. Time wars, anomalies, reality constantly shifting. Existence feels breakable.
And that replication story, the dangers of tech gone wrong, malice turning a good intention into a plague, a warning about creation itself.
A potent one. It shows how intent can be corrupted, how even well-meaning creations can become monstrous.
So we've covered a universe where one artifact ignites chaos, breaks bonds, empowers fighters, twists time, and corrupts technology. It's this incredibly complex web.
It really is a tapestry of fate, free will, power, belief, all tangled together. Where this call echoes everywhere, a birth changes destiny.
Which brings us to the final thought for you, the listener. In all this chaos, this clash of huge forces, what does it mean for us? Are we just products of our circumstances, like maybe some characters seem to be?
Or can we, like Angelica, carve out our own destiny? Fight against the odds. It makes you think, doesn't it? How much control do we really have?
Yeah. Consider how even the smallest action, one moment of defiance, like that girl's final command on Alpha Neo, can ripple outwards, changing everything. Maybe our own choices echo more than we think.